Since ancient times, humans have been expressing themselves in great works. The Colosseum, the pyramids, Roblox, all made in an effort to appease an ever-so-absent god. In the 7th century, the Odyssey by Homer was published in a collection totaling 24 books to critical acclaim. And even 3,000 years later, it's still being studied as a show of God's wrath in the face of human hubris. The author himself going insane while writing it. The modern-day equivalent to this would be Class of '09. Class of '09, or better known as Lesbian Bait, is an anti-visual novel and rejection sim, where you play as the creator's gender-bent self-insert in a quest to be the most edgy and unsufferable person around.
Sorry, was not one of his achievements. You were close, though.
You hear how no one's laughing?
This will be relevant for later, by the way. The game was released in 2021 by SBN3, and since I will be talking about him a lot today, I'll just refer to him as Max for convenience sake, and because that's his real name. It's composed of 3 main games that all complement each other, like water to oil, all 3 being praised for their Shakespearean level writing, and receiving critical acclaim from all sides of the spectrum. We got the gay side, the mentally ill, and later on, the fit side. It takes place in 2009, I know, shocker, and it's filled with nostalgia-based slop. Like its creator, the fanbase is entirely composed of people who got mentally stunted in the 2000s, even though half of them weren't even born yet. What a time to be alive. Segregation, the JFK assassination, the Zodiac killer. I mean, honestly, I think I'm starting to understand why people like this era so much. We follow Nicole and Jekka, or as I like to call them, Dumb and Dumber, as they embark in wacky adventures by skipping school to do drugs. YOLO! This naturally attracts the worst type of people, lesbians. The question that I had when I first got force-fed this game on my recommended for a week straight was, why do people like this? And after much pondering and gooning to the characters, I realized that I still don't get it. Or at least, I don't get how someone above the age of 16 finds any of this entertaining. I think the closest equivalent is someone watching snuff films for pleasure. The most I have noticed from lurking the oh-so-delightful fandom of the game was that they like to project themselves onto the main characters because who doesn't want to always be right and have a comeback to everything? I mean, 90% of males in the game are either pedos or creeps.
Moved on to bigger and better things.
No, I'm pretty positive you got fired after groping me and 7 other girls.
And you get to make out with every girl in the school. Also, it seems like the writing is just trying to be edgy, but not in any funny way, which just means saying slurs every sentence. The characters seem to be unable to have a personality on their own besides being so there's no point in trying to think too much about them. You want them to be gay? Doesn't matter because they don't care. They have trauma? That doesn't matter because they don't care. You get what I'm saying? Honestly, anyone could write a Class of '09 spin-off in my eyes. Actually, let's do it right now. Oh god, I'm an autistic kid. I'm the creator self-insert. Hi, my name is Jekka, and I'm white and kiss girls sometimes. I like kids. Now choose between being an asshole or a whore. As I said before, we are dealing with the modern Charles Dickens here. Also, the creator loves adding random stuff nobody asked for. I mean, he was told to revise the script before publishing because of how degenerate it was originally. On that note, there is a small misconception with most of the fans that the game was actually made by a woman, or a ghostwriter, which I can see the thought process behind it. I mean, the whole first 2 games being really good, and then the third one, which some may say had a couple of issues, such as only having 5 endings compared to the 10 of the first game and 7 of the second, two of them being related to feet, and the other one having the main character be sold to slavery by terrorist extremists. And Jacka, the main friend of the main character of the two games, being abused most of the game.
Dad, do you really have to call her that?
Don't fucking talk back to me!
All these combine, creating the theory of the ghostwriter. It seems like Max's approach to the new lesbian and kid-filled fanbase was to create a game purely driven out of spite. Which also means, when you do beat the game, there's a message talking about how media representation matters and that everyone that dislikes the game is a pedo. I would just like to warn our fans that child predators who infiltrated the Class of 09 fanbase have been using the following phrases to secretly identify each other. The writing in Class of 09 isn't very good. I hate SBN3. I hate Ref Club. Class of 09 was good by mistake. I love Class of 09, but hate the creator. No, the game just made that up. In a hilarious twist of irony, the creator is the exact type of people the game is trying to warn about. A sex-pest predator gooner. Max, or better known as SBN3, has been around the internet for quite a while, mainly in the early 2010s. So naturally, he has gained a lot of detractors and people that don't exactly like him. He spent most of his high school years online making content and in his spare time bullying autistic kids, even though he's clearly one. His characters are obviously a projection of himself, be it the way they act, how they look, or even how they speak. It's pretty clear to those with two functioning eyeballs. Nicole is representative of how Max wants to be seen by others, being witty and wanted by everyone, her dad also being dead, not so subtle. Jeffrey is what he was, shy, nerdy, acne-ridden kid, set aside by everyone and only used for attention. And then there's Nicole's older pedophilic fat brother, which is a direct comparison to what he has become over the years. They even look the same. Curiously enough, he quietly privated all of his most infamous videos the moment Feet of 09 took off, because you wouldn't want your new fanbase to know you were a little problematic, would you now? As any good creator does, when your community is flourishing, you create a Discord server. No, trust me, this time nobody's going to get groomed, because I'll be the one doing it. So it seems after Overdose Simulator 09 got popular, his Discord server got naturally flooded with, let's just say, people below the age of 20. And hypothetical speaking, let's just say that Max has a history of flirting with his fans and workers, which is not very professional. And hypothetical speaking, let's just say that he might have argued publicly that a 30-year-old and a 20-year-old shouldn't be together because they are predatory and creepy. Now, this is all hypothetical, of course. And when I say hypothetical, I mean he did try to date some 18-year-old fans while he was 29. Might I remind you, the whole point of his game jokes is to make fun of predatory behavior men have with young women. Now, of course you can't have fame without telling everyone about your terrible political opinions. It's part of the course. Everyone loves to hear it. He seems to really like doing the anti-racist thing because he's still stuck in 2016. We are all racist in 2025. Come on, Trump won! This is the same dude who made a now deleted video about how the mainstream media shouldn't cover school shootings because they are doing it for views, and nobody should care unless you were directly affected. For a guy that made a game on hating other people, he sure seems to hate himself more than anything. But did you really expect less from a guy who, and I'm not 100% sure if this is true or not, didn't pay one of his main coders for his work? Internet indie adult comedy project ruined by the creator's fetishes? Say that again? We probably won't know everything because most of his friends are afraid of speaking out because of his so-called destructive personality and suing people. So we will just have to wait until more comes out. There's still a whole archive heccin thread that I didn't go over, so you can see that there is a lot of stuff about this guy. And if I covered it all, it would probably take way longer. All in all, I did find the game slightly entertaining because I'm gay, I'm queer, and I'm here. Do I go into this game 24/7? Yes. Am I proud of it? Yes. Will I keep doing it after this video? Yes. Why? Because I freaking love feet! Let me get some whiff of that.